This is gonna be this is gonna be the whole thing. I'm gonna be laughing here. Laughing to myself. I've put this thing on and I thought I look so cute. I look so adorable. Those adorbs. Wow. Oh my god. It's been a while. It's been a while since I felt the way I do now, because fuck. It's so interesting because I feel like I've got a little bit of that feeling of can't get too excited because some other shit is gonna happen. This is how dark it got. I'm gonna keep moving this thing because it's on my knees. This is how dark it got. It got really dark. It got so dark. So dark that I couldn't see no way out. I could not for dear life. Okay. What the fuck do I start with this? For the past maybe 3 weeks, even though it had been very dark beforehand, that I didn't even realize until I came out of an environment that I was in. Until I came out of that environment, I didn't realize how much I had done to myself, how much damage I had done to myself by the way that I was being. So this past few weeks, past few months have taught me a lot about compassion and judgment and humility. I feel like especially the past 3 months weeks have humbled me extremely, like next level. So this is part of what's happened. That's the good part, I would say, because I feel like I needed to be shown this side of me to know what I was doing to myself. So that's happened. But then I can't put words to how the darkness manifested itself in my head, because it was mostly in my head. When I think I've already made a clip about the dark night of the ego. It got even darker. Like, it got so much darker, so much so that I felt like everything was breaking apart, like everything, and I couldn't, that feeling that you're trying to grasp to something, you're trying to find some normal somewhere, and there was no normal whatsoever. So never mind that happening externally, internally it was happening externally too, through the amount of times that I've moved. I understand and I know why these things are happening. I understand why the shaking of the structure of who I am, the foundation of it all. But it sucks when it happens. And it was pretty difficult. It was like I was a zombie walking around, interacting with people. I don't even know how I managed to interact with people and function in the world. I don't know how. I think a part of me just took over because I didn't feel capable of doing anything except staying in that energy of what the fuck is going on. So from the 5D perspective of the existence that I'm living, I know that I'm being prepared for the next level of my evolution. And I can't move to the next level without letting go of all these fuckeries that have shown up, without letting go of people and ideas and concepts and fears and layers that I had put onto myself that thought were my own. So that's been going on. A lot of that being shed to the point of I seriously don't know how I functioned. And the dreams, fuck, I've had some dreams this past few days. Last night was a good one, because sometimes when I have dreams that impact me somehow deeper, I Google them. And I know there's so many explanations for dreams, but the ones that I resonate with, I'm like, oh, it makes sense. The one that I had a few days ago was I was in this maze in a house. So the house was like a whole maze, and some girls were guiding me through it, but they saying that they're guiding me out, but they weren't, and I could tell. Like, they seemed like really nice girls, but there was a feeling that they weren't. And they walked me through this house maze until we got to the core of it, where there was this person, being, I don't know, that stripped people's skins off and used them for himself. And he had 2 children over there that he would use skin. And I remember when I woke up out of that dream thinking, what the fuck? I hadn't watched, like, I don't watch scary shit because I don't want to. Because I don't want to go to bed and have these kind of nightmares. And by the way, I dreamt this between 6 and 7 in the morning. So not throughout the night. I remember waking up around 6 and looking at my phone, like, what time is it? I'm going to go back to sleep. And then I dreamt that fuckery. So that part. And I thought, okay, I'm going to Google the meaning of labyrinth, because that's what was going on. That was the main subject. And it was the idea of feeling stuck in waking life and not knowing how to get out of the situation that I'm in. I'm like, yeah. That's exactly what I felt like in my waking life. And then last night, I had a dream of giving birth. Now, in real life, all my kids have come out through cesarean. So I experienced labor with all 3 of them, but none of them actually came out the natural way. They all ended up being emergency cesareans. So in my dream last night, I actually gave birth. And I could feel the head of the baby coming out and then the body coming out. And I got the baby and I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God. And it was a baby girl with a lot of black hair. That didn't look like a freshly born baby, just looked like a few months old baby. But anyway, I remember I had this overwhelming feeling of, oh my God, I love this baby so much. So I Googled giving birth. And it's the new beginnings and the pushing through the hardship and all that. I'm like, oh my God. And I can see how today, ever since I woke up, I felt completely different. I felt like I can breathe. I felt like the cloud of whatever denseness I've been swimming into is finally lifting up. And I think, see, because yesterday I thought I'm just gonna fast. I feel like fasting I don't do enough of, first of all. And I knew that it would give me a bit more clarity onto whatever. I don't know, it's like, you know, when you try all the things to pull yourself out of this darkness, because part of me knew that I needed to sit in it for a little bit and just allow it to run its course. But then I was like, dude, I need to get out of this. I've been here for so long and it feels so dark. How the fuck am I gonna get myself out of it now? I could not for dear life. So I knew it was a big one. I knew I had to just allow it to run its course, but at the same time didn't know what to do to get myself out of it after a while. So anyway, today I woke up feeling much lighter. Like, it feels like, I don't know what I've been living this past few weeks. I felt like I can move through life now. I have more I don't know, trust and believe that things are happening. When I was in all that darkness, as much as I was so engulfed in it, there was still that little part of me that knew that that wasn't going to last forever and that I would come out of it, even though I could not see. I could not see at all where and how that would happen, but there was this part of me that knew. So I kept bringing myself back to the present moment and reminding myself that all the worries and all the fears that I've got about the future are not happening now. So there's no point in me thinking about them. So just stay here. I had to refocus myself constantly over and over and over with being here and being present. That was the only saving grace that I had, because nothing else worked. Meditation has been part of my coming out of that too, because one of the days I think I've done Love the Life You Love by Joe Dispenza, and I don't know, intuitively I felt like, besides putting my hands on my heart, I felt like tapping my heart. I've never done that before, but as I was lying down for this one, by the way, I just felt exhausted so much. I was tapping into my heart and I just released a lot of emotions. Like I cried so much through the entirety of it, just tapping and feeling into that and feeling into the safety that's inside of me, because I feel like that's the part that's been lacking a lot lately. Not feeling safe. Like everywhere I go, I don't feel safe. So I had to remind myself that it doesn't matter where I go, I can just feel safe. So that's been my journey, and I am so grateful that I'm here. I am so grateful that I've found this place to live. I am so grateful that this lady that I'm living with is so open and laid back and chilled. And yeah, I am just grateful that no matter what I'm going through internally, I'm still being looked after externally. I know, I tell myself this all the time, that I'm always being looked after, but man, when I'm in it, it's so hard. It's so hard to remember, to keep it alive inside of me, that I'm always being looked after. And that things do change, and that I'm not gonna forever be in this. And it's the same for the highs too. Because I heard this fable, I think it was a fable, I don't know, about this king. I don't know exactly how it goes, but I remember him saying to somebody else that this too shall pass, on when he was on a high, when he was feeling good, when he was feeling great. I am just grateful that that I'm out of it for now, at least for today. Oh yeah, I remember where I was with the fasting part, because I fasted yesterday and of course didn't drink coffee. And I've noticed I am totally addicted to it. Not from the I don't know, not like I crave it that I can't but from the way that my body reacts, from the way that I felt so tired throughout yesterday, that I went to sleep at 7. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I think I'm gonna leave this here, because it's enough for one day, and see you all next week.